May 29, 1453. The greatest city in the world is about to fall. Massive walls that have stood for 1,000 years are crumbling under cannon fire. Inside, 100,000 people are praying. Outside, 80,000 Ottoman soldiers are preparing for the final assault. Cannon fires, city walls explode. When the sun rises tomorrow, this city will have a new name, a new religion, a new empire. This is Constantinople, the city that changed the world 3 times. The Byzantine, the story begins with Greeks. Around 660 BCE, Greek colonists founded a city on this spot. They called it Byzantium. Why here? Look at a map. This narrow strait, the Bosphorus, is the only passage between the Black Sea and the Mediterranean, between Europe and Asia, between North and South. Whoever controls this spot controls trade between 3 continents. For centuries, Byzantium is just a successful trading city. Greek, then Roman. Rich, but not special. Then in 324 CE, everything changes. Roman Emperor Constantine the Great defeats his rival and becomes sole emperor of Rome. He makes a decision that will echo through history. He chooses Byzantium as Rome's new capital. Why? Rome is old, corrupt, full of pagan temples. Constantine is Christian. He wants a fresh start. A Christian capital for a Christian empire. He renames the city after himself. Constantinople, Constantine's city. For 6 years, 50,000 workers build. Massive walls, forums, churches, aqueducts, palaces. Constantine brings statues and treasures from across the empire. May 11th, 330 CE. Constantinople is officially dedicated as the new capital of the Roman Empire. It's the beginning of something extraordinary. The Byzantine Empire, 476 CE. The Western Roman Empire collapses. Barbarians overrun Italy. Rome itself falls. The empire that ruled for 1,000 years is gone. But Constantinople survives. The Eastern Roman Empire continues. Eventually, historians will call it the Byzantine Empire, but the Byzantines themselves always called themselves Romans. They were the continuation of Rome. And for the next 1,000 years, Constantinople is the greatest city on earth. While Western Europe descends into the Dark Ages, Constantinople blazes with light. It has running water, paved streets, universities, hospitals, a population of 500,000 people. When London has maybe 15,000. The city is incredibly wealthy. It sits at the center of trade routes: silk from China, spices from India, furs from Russia. Everything passes through Constantinople, and the empire taxes it all. Emperor Justinian builds the Hagia Sophia in 537 CE. When it's finished, Justinian allegedly says, "Solomon, I have surpassed thee." The dome is so massive, so impossible, that people think it's held up by God himself. It remains the world's largest cathedral for 1,000 years. But Constantinople's real strength is its walls. The Theodosian walls, completed in 413 CE, triple-layered defenses, 60 feet high, towers every 50 meters. A moat in front. These walls are considered impregnable. And for 1,000 years, they're proven right. Army after army tries to take Constantinople. Persians, Arabs, Bulgarians, Russians. All fail. 626 CE. Persians and Avars lay siege. They fail. 674 to 678 CE. Arab fleet blockades the city for 4 years. Byzantine secret weapon, Greek fire, a napalm-like substance that burns even on water, destroys the Arab fleet. 717 to 718 CE, another Arab siege, 100,000 soldiers. Constantinople holds. The city seems invincible, but cracks are forming. The Crusades Disasti Arsacids begin. European knights march east to reclaim Jerusalem from Muslims. They have to pass through Byzantine territory. At first, the Byzantines and Crusaders are allies, both Christian, both fighting Muslims, but tensions grow. Western Catholics and Eastern Orthodox Christians have been split for decades. They don't trust each other. The disaster comes in 1203. The Fourth Crusade sets out for Egypt, but they get sidetracked. A Byzantine prince promises them money if they help him claim the throne in Constantinople. The Crusaders agree. They arrive. They install their prince, but he can't pay what he promised. The Crusaders are angry. They've come all this way for nothing. April 12, 1204. The Crusaders attack Constantinople. Not Muslims. Not pagans. Christians attacking Christians. For 3 days, the Crusaders rampage through the city. They loot churches, smash holy relics, steal everything valuable, rape and murder civilians. They stable their horses in Hagia Sophia. They melt down priceless artwork for gold. A Byzantine historian writes, "Even the Saracens are merciful compared to these men who bear the cross." The Fourth Crusade never reaches the Holy Land. It destroys the greatest Christian city in the world instead. The Crusaders establish a Latin empire ruling Constantinople. It lasts 57 years. In 1261, Byzantine forces recapture the city, but Constantinople never fully recovers. The treasury is empty. The population has fled. The empire is a shadow of its former glory. And to the east, a new power is rising. The Ottomans arrive. The Ottoman Turks start as a small state in Anatolia, but they expand rapidly. They're disciplined, organized, fanatical, and they have one goal. Above all others. Constantinople. For Muslim rulers, conquering Constantinople is the ultimate prize. The Prophet Muhammad supposedly said whoever conquers it will be forgiven all sins. Sultan after sultan tries and fails. By 1450, the Byzantine Empire is almost gone. It's basically just Constantinople and a few surrounding towns. The empire that once stretched from Spain to Persia is now one city. The last Byzantine emperor is Constantine XI, named after the first Constantine, ruling the city Constantine founded 1,123 years later. He knows the end is coming. The city's population has dropped to 50,000. The treasury is empty. The walls have gaps from earthquakes that haven't been repaired. They can barely muster 7,000 soldiers to defend the city. And then Mehmed, too, becomes Ottoman Sultan in 1451. He's 21 years old, brilliant and obsessed with one thing: taking Constantinople. His advisors call him the fanatic. He prepares methodically. He builds castles on the Bosphorus to cut off Constantinople's sea trade. He hires Hungarian engineer Orban to build the largest cannons ever made. The largest cannon is 27 feet long and fires stone balls weighing 1,200 pounds. It takes 60 oxen to move it. When it fires, the sound can be heard 10 miles away. April 6, 1453. Mehmed's army arrives. 80,000 soldiers, massive cannons, a fleet of ships. Constantinople's final siege has begun. The final Siege day. At night, Ottoman cannons pound Constantinople's walls. The massive walls that stood for 1,000 years are crumbling. But after each day's bombardment, defenders work through the night repairing the damage with wood and rubble. Constantine XI fights alongside his soldiers. He's not hiding in a palace. He's on the walls, inspiring his men. The Byzantines have won. Advantage: a massive chain stretched across the Golden Horn harbor, blocking Ottoman ships. The city can't be attacked from that side. Mehmed's solution is insane. If he can't sail into the Golden Horn, he'll go around it. Overland. April 22nd in one night. Ottoman engineers haul 70 ships out of the water, put them on greased logs, and drag them over a hill and back into the water inside the Golden Horn. Constantinople's defenders wake up to see Ottoman ships where ships shouldn't be possible. The city is now surrounded on all sides. For 6 more weeks, the siege continues. The defenders are exhausted, starving, but they keep fighting May 28th, the night before the final assault. Mehmed offers Constantine one last chance to surrender. Constantine refuses. That night, the Byzantines hold a final church service in Hagia Sophia. Catholics and Orthodox Christians, who've argued for centuries, pray together. They know tomorrow they'll likely die. Constantine gives a speech to his soldiers. No one recorded it, but everyone remembers his final words. The city is falling, but we will stand firm. May 29, 1453. Before dawn, Ottoman forces launch their final assault. Tens of thousands of soldiers charge the walls. Wave after wave dot then. Disaster. A small gate, the Kirkoporta, has been left unlocked by mistake. Ottoman soldiers find it. Pour through dot at the same time. A cannonball smashes through the wall where Constantine and his best soldiers are fighting. Ottoman troops flood in. Constantine XI tears off his imperial regalia. He doesn't want to be captured alive and paraded as a prize. He charges into the Ottoman soldiers. He's never seen again. His body is never found. The last Roman emperor disappears into the chaos of battle. By noon, it's over. Ottoman flags fly over Constantinople's walls. The city that stood for 1,123 years has fallen. Islamic law allows victorious soldiers to plunder a conquered city for 3 days. Ottoman soldiers rampage through Constantinople. They kill, loot, and enslave. Thousands of civilians are killed. Thousands more are taken as slaves. Mehmed rides into the city on May 29th. He goes straight to Hagia Sophia. For 916 years, it's been Christianity's greatest cathedral. Mehmed declares it a mosque. Imam climbs to the top and calls the adhan, the Islamic call to prayer. Constantinople is now Muslim. Istanbul, Mehmed, rebuilds the city. He invites Greeks, Armenians, Jews, anyone who'll come. Constantinople becomes Istanbul, though both names are used for centuries. The Ottomans make it their capital. They build mosques, palaces, markets, the Topkapi Palace, the Blue Mosque, the Grand Bazaar. Under Suleiman the Magnificent in the 1500s. Istanbul becomes one of the world's great cities again. The Ottoman Empire stretches from Hungary to Yemen, from Algeria to Persia. But like Byzantium before it, the Ottoman Empire slowly declines. By the 1800s, they're the sick man of Europe. World War I is the end. The Ottomans side with Germany. They lose. The empire is partitioned. Mustafa Kemal Ataturk establishes the Republic of Turkey. He moves the capital to Ankara. Constantinople is no longer a capital for the first time in 1,600 years. But Istanbul remains Turkey's largest city. 15 million people live there today. Hagia Sophia's journey. Hagia Sophia's story mirrors the city's. Cathedral for 916 years. Mosque for 481 years. In 1935, Ataturk makes it a museum, neutral, ground. In 2020, it becomes a mosque again. Sion Sieliosam, from Greek colony to Roman capital. From Byzantine glory to Crusader catastrophe. From Ottoman conquest to modern metropolis. Constantinople is the only city in history to serve as capital for 2 different empires, Roman and Ottoman, Christian and Muslim. European and Asian. It's been called the Queen of Cities, the city of the world's desire, and the hinge of history. Stand on the Bosphorus today, and you're standing where three empires met, where East and West collided, where history changed direction 3 times. The walls still stand in places. Hagia Sophia's dome still dominates the skyline. The spirit of Constantinople lives on in Istanbul. One city, 3 empires, 2,000 years. This was Constantinople. If you learned something new, hit that like button. Subscribe for more history that actually matters.